Hey guys, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Blue Podcast, and today it is me and Lloyd again.
Yep.
You seem to be a regular now on the Blue Podcast.
Yeah, seems to be.
And today we're joined by Keelan. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm very, very good, very good. I wish it was a bit sunnier. I'm missing the sun already.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's not as hot as it was on the charity match day.
Oh, duh. You see my face? You see my face in those photos of me? I look like a tomato. No.
Did you get sunburn in the end?
Yeah, I was bad. Yeah, I was really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did it? What was it like the next day?
Next week,
Next
2
week?
weeks, 3
Really?
weeks, I was bad. Yeah, so literally after that, when you saw my face on the photos, that's how I stayed for like a week or two.
Oh, damn.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
so I had to, like, when I was posting my videos, I had to edit it, so I was like less like colour in my face.
Sorry about that. That's our bad.
It's all right. I shouldn't sprint as soon as I get the ball. You know, I just ran as fast as I could to the ball.
From centre back as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was, cheers Conzy for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Had the number 7 playing centre back.
Yeah, that was a confusing one. He was like saying to me, we'll bring you on, we'll bring you back on. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, up front. I was like, yeah, up front, nice one. And then as soon as I come on, right, can you jump in centre back? I was thinking this is obviously a joke. No, centre back. All right then.
Yeah.
And
How do you think your performance was at centre back?
didn't concede, kept a
Didn't
clean
concede,
sheet centre
yeah.
back.
Oh yeah, you did well.
Just,
Yeah, I mean, we weren't very good.
Apart from when I was sprinting forward and then sprinting back just to get back into position.
Well, I mean, me, you, and Val have a charity match coming up soon, don't we? Where
We do.
we'll be playing as a front three.
Yeah, that'll be exciting.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
That's going to be good fun. But let's talk about yourself. Obviously, big United fan.
Yeah.
Arguably bigger Ronaldo fan.
I would say I lean more to the Ronaldo stuff. I was
Yeah.
a United fan before I liked Ronaldo. I'm old enough to sort of remember the young days of Ronaldo. And I was born into a Man United family, on my dad's side anyway. So like they were like that. But in a whole, I would say Ronaldo's kept me more driven in football, especially for my content
I was going to
wise.
say, you do a lot of Ronaldo content.
Yeah.
Let's kind of take it back to the beginning of your content career. How did you figure out what you wanted to do, basically?
It was strange, really, because just after COVID, and I'd torn my ACL playing football.
Okay.
And just because we were obviously inside for COVID times, and I thought, let's go do something. Let's think of something creative, just to not be bored. Because for everyone, mental state wise, It was terrible. And I just thought to myself, I was playing FIFA, and I thought it'd be really cool if I just did like some old FIFA nostalgia videos, and that's where my content began.
Okay.
That's what really took it off. I'd just do like a POV. It's 2011, and you get home from school, and you put on your Xbox 360,
Yeah.
and you play FIFA 12 or FIFA 11, and that's what got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
And I just carried on from there. I was doing every single FIFA throughout the years,
Okay.
and that's what sort of kicked on. And then people just noticed that I was like wearing Ronaldo shirts in most of the videos.
Also, start commenting.
Yes, commenting like, oh, that's a good shirt from that year. That was a UCL final from that year. And, it sort of just kept going. And then companies began to sort of reach out and be like, we meant to send you a shirt across. If it, like a Ronaldo one from this year, if you could just post it for us. And then I used that shirt for like an old nostalgia video, and it just kicked on.
Oh, fair enough. Because you have quite a big kit collection, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ronaldo shirt collection.
Yeah, I have got other shirts, but I don't tend to show them as much as my Ronaldo shirts. I've got 2 separate rooms. One room just predominantly for Ronaldo,
Oh,
and
really?
then one room at my old house, or my mum's house, for all my other shirts and teams that I use. So
How have you collected that through the years?
I started collecting them when I was young, and obviously having the younger kits, like the smaller ones.
Some that don't fit anymore.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've passed them on to my younger brother. And just throughout the time, I had family members pass down old United shirts from like the late 90s and early 2000s, and then just started purchasing them myself. And then when the content grew, I had big companies, or even smaller companies, just reach out and be like, "We've got this shirt. It might be a remake, it might be a retro, it could be an official shirt, and it'd be mint if you had it." And it just added to my collection.
Oh, wow.
And that's just how it sort of grew, really.
Wow. Have you got a favourite Ronaldo shirt?
Every day it changes. It depends. Yeah, I look at a shirt and go, yeah, I like that one. But I would say for me, it's going to be the 08 Ronaldo shirt, the long sleeve AIG. For me, that's my favourite ever Ronaldo version, or the purple one.
Ooh.
When the
Real Madrid.
noodle
Noodle
hair.
hair.
Yeah. So I think those two are the ones that people think of the most when they think of, I would say, Ronaldo in some ways.
Yeah.
When they think of big games, Champions League finals.
Yeah.
Won a few of those, didn't he?
Yeah, he has one.
How many was it in the end? 5? Is it 5?
Yeah, he's got 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Do you know like just ridiculous stats that other people won't know about Ronaldo then?
It depends really. I could think of something random
Yeah.
and then be like, oh yeah, I remember that from then. And people be like, what? How do you even know that?
Can
And I'm
you hit us with some?
Well, he's obviously got 5 Champions Leagues.
Yep.
People say that he's born in Portugal, but he's actually born in Island of Madeira, which is actually a place called Funchal. And people would know that's in a little town called San Antonio. And he lives on Street 43.
You just know this.
My gosh.
I went to his house
Wow.
2 years ago. I went to Madeira.
Wow.
Stayed in his hotel, in the CR7 hotel. I met his brother Hugo
Okay.
and
Cool.
his cousin Nuna, who owns the CR7 museum, and basically has like the store. And they basically put him in the direction of where he grew up, because I went over to them and said, I'm a big fan. I didn't want to be like so front and be like, oh my God, you're Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But I said sort of like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
This is my content. His brother had somewhat knowledge of English.
Yes.
His cousin had no idea what I was saying.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember who spoke about Ronaldo's brother before. Is it
Oh.
King Paul?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, you're right, actually.
We've had a guest on before who met Ronaldo's brother, and he said he actually is decent at English, but everyone else around him had no idea.
Yeah, his brother like knows a little bit, like not a load. Like
No.
if you say like the big words, he'd probably be like what. but yeah, everyone else there was just like Portuguese. I had no idea, looking at me like, who are you? Sort of.
Were
thing.
you wearing a Ronaldo shirt?
I was wearing my sporting shirt. Yeah,
Nice.
I was actually told. This is the fun fact. I was that morning. The evening before, I met. I was going in the taxi with my ex-partner, and we spoke to the taxi driver, and he was like, his brother has a red Ferrari, and he always comes outside the museum every morning at 6:30 and has a coffee. And if you see him, just go up to him and like be really polite. He might be with a bodyguard, and he was actually with a bodyguard at the time, just because he's Ronaldo's brother. People could obviously do something, and he was like, go up to him, be polite, maybe say good morning, and then he'll be really polite back to you. And I thought, taxi driver, he's probably had a few. He might be saying something random to me, and the next morning I woke up early, just thinking maybe have a look over the balcony, and the red Ferrari was
right
there.
there.
And I went down and I was really near. I kept looking in like shop windows, like as I was getting closer to him. Like, oh yeah, that shirt, oh that one, and then got to him.
Yeah.
And I spoke to him. He was really nice to me. And he sort of said where, the childhood clubs Ronaldo had played for before his professional career, Nacional in Madeira and Andoria.
Yes. 'Cause we spoke about this recently.
So he just told me where to go
Mm.
and sort of pointed me in the direction. I went round and visited both clubs, and they're just like grassroots football teams.
Yeah.
Well, the Nacional is not, but the first one is.
Yeah. National's back in the Premier League.
Yeah. But at the time Ronaldo was
Yeah.
playing, he was just in the youth academy. So I went there and just walked around and sort of visited it all. And then next minute, I found the street that he grew up on, and there's a famous video of him sweeping the street.
Yes.
As
Yes.
a kid, and I went on the exact one. And just to the left, there's like a basketball court that has CR7 put down the middle, because he's paid for it for kids that can't really like do anything.
Oh, wow.
So he's like paid with his own money, like a big sports court, just for kids in the area just to go and play. It's a bit of a rough area. You can tell that it's not looked after in the best ways, and there's not a lot of money. So him giving the children something there just to go to, so they can keep off the street. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, it's really nice. There's a big cafe afterwards, and I think his mum goes there quite often.
Okay.
But I think it sort of like goes back to those roots of like everyone's come from somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's why that resonates with me a lot. It's like it really means a lot going to that place, and sort of not just everyone sees now Ronaldo as this megastar human being more than a footballer. But I like to find out where
they've come from.
where they've come
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
what started this journey, and sort of going there. Really,
Fair enough. And what was the point when you kind of, was it the content that really drew you into Ronaldo, or was it before the content?
Yeah, I was all before the content with Ronaldo. Even as a kid, there's plenty of photos I've got in my family gallery and stuff of me in Ronaldo kits from like 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
just wearing before the social media, before all of it. And I think obviously the content has driven it and pushed it more, but I was as obsessed as Ronaldo before even, before social media was even a thing. But yeah, it sort of just kicked on from there, really.
Fair enough. Let's talk about your football as well, because you've had a couple of injuries.
Yeah.
Like you did your ankle, and obviously you said your ACL.
Yeah.
Is it a story where you would have made it if it wasn't for injuries?
Yeah,
Or-
there's always that, saying where, you can walk into a bar and say to a lass, I could have gone pro if it wasn't for the old knee.
Yeah.
But I had a good opportunity. When I was younger, I went to Leeds United Academy.
Okay.
I had trials with York City. And then when I got to, just before COVID, I had an opportunity with Middlesbrough.
Okay, cool.
These are obviously the teams that are in my area, so local scouts, things like that. And I went for a trial there, and they were like, "Yep, you're good enough. We're gonna do some more like a second base trial because they always do more than one trial, or at least the ones that I did was more than one trial. And the second one was sort of to see what your fitness is like. Would you be good part of this like team system, and more than just the football base, more like the mentality wise, and what's your attitude like." And the bases said to me afterwards, like, we think you're injury prone because you can see the doctors can see the tweaks and stuff. So when you're doing medical tests, they just said to me, you've got injuries from the past. And I'd only broken my foot once at the time, and I think I broke it at 16. But they could see that I always hobbled a little bit. Even though I don't notice it, people somewhat notice it. And
I guess if they're looking for it as well, aren't they?
they did like examinations on me and stuff like that just to see what it was like. And then basically they were like, yeah, we can't like accept you on because you're bound to get injured again. And this would go for any professional team. And I'm not saying that was amazing, but I obviously had a good opportunity to play for these teams, and I had a good chance at semi-professional afterwards. But I think confidence-wise and mentally-wise,
It's gone.
it had gone.
Yeah.
I would do things with my mates and like local teams, but people would be like, "That is unbelievable." Like you should be playing high level from people's opinions.
Yeah.
And then when I went to the semi-professional like teams, I had no confidence because I felt like I was only confident around my mates.
Yeah.
And with being told about my injury, this is before any of the operations. It sort of just like hit me like, yeah, this is always one thing I've got to watch out for. And then just after COVID, I tore my ACL.
Yes.
And this is how I began social media. I tore my ACL and operation, and then literally a year later, I tore my ACL again. The same knee.
That's what Jamie did, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had the hamstring graft for the first one, and then patella graft for the second one. And I've also been told that I'll have arthritis when I'm older in my knee
Bloody hell.
when I get to an old age.
You got a few more years till that then.
Only a few. I feel like I'm getting old
No,
now.
you've got time, Keelan. You've got time.
But yeah, so that happened, and it was, you can imagine, it tore me apart. I did turn, down a bit of a dark route in life. I would say a lot of things happened around that point that I won't say that I'm not proud of, but I wouldn't have chosen those decisions if I wasn't injured all the time.
Yeah.
Because losing that ability to be able to play football at a top level, or at least know that I can try and achieve that, it tore me apart. And then the following year, I gave myself a good rest, did all the physio, and then we were playing my local team was playing a cup final. And they just asked me, I was playing a few games before then, and they said, like, we want you for this cup final.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And we played the cup final. I just scored the winner, so everyone was buzzing. I felt like I'd finally got,
back to it.
Yeah. And then I got double-footed, and my ankle snapped in half. And it wasn't just a clean break.
No,
I broke 3 bones and 3 ligaments torn in one movement.
Oh my word!
And yeah, I got taken to hospital, and I was operated on during the night because it was that bad. And now I've got 12 screws and 3 plates in my ankle, plus my 2 ACLs, which I got metal in.
Is it all the same leg?
All the same leg.
Is it all the right leg as well?
On my right leg,
and you're
yeah.
right-footed.
And I'm right-footed.
Oh no!
I can use my left foot,
Yeah.
but predominantly right foot. Yeah, so all on the same leg.
Bloody hell.
Fun times. But it's good because I'm getting closer to being prime Darth Vader. That's the positive. I love Darth Vader, and I always tell people, everyone's like, "Oh, you got so much metal in you." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm getting close to being Darth Vader, so everything's all right."
So all you need is a couple hip replacements.
Yeah.
Maybe a shoulder, elbow, and then you'll basically be there.
Yeah, and then just turn to the dark side.
So big Star Wars fan then?
Oh yeah, big Star Wars.
Oh, yeah?
Fan. Yeah, I love Star Wars.
Just ever since you were a kid, kind of thing.
Yeah, just the music, all the the jewels and things like that. And when I first started watching Star Wars, it was like I think it was the sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, the sequels. I'm not that old. I'm for the originals. But yeah, and seeing like Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And that Obi-Wan fight. It's amazing. I grew with it, and then I started watching the older films, and then watching them in order, and I was just like, yeah, these are men.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm a massive Star Wars fan as well. Have you watched every single one even afterwards, after
Yeah, I want
the
to get
six
your
after
thoughts
that?
on the-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I get a bit
Yeah.
angry, if I'm honest, about the new ones. 'Cause I
Yeah.
feel like I understand why they've tried to make their own story,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't need to do what they've done.
No. And also,
Yeah.
like, they tried to do something different with Kylo Ren, because in the second movie, he was just pure evil. But then, because it's Star Wars, they made him good again in the third one.
Yeah, but they've always like copied every single story.
Yeah.
Like they've gone like, oh, there's a bad guy with a
Yeah.
helmet on. there's a person that doesn't know the Force but has the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And will find the way to having the Force. Someone dies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then in the end, the biggest bad guy loses.
Gosh.
So
It's
is
the
it?
same biggest bad guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Palpatine.
And that's the thing. Oh no, I was so. Don't get me wrong. When Palpatine returned, part of me from nostalgia was like, "Oh yes,"
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but the same I was like, "Oh no," because you've now ruined
Yeah.
the number 6 film.
Yeah.
When everyone was happy, the Force was balanced, and now you've brought back him all because you can't think of a good script.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she called herself a Skywalker, even though she's a Palpatine, and
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, okay. Cool.
Oh.
If honestly, in my opinion, you might agree with me with this one. Right at the end, when she's about to face Darth Sidious, and she grabs a lightsaber, Anakin should have been there as a Force ghost behind her or
That'd be
next to
cool.
her, because he is, in my opinion, the chosen one through all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he's the chosen one, he should end as the chosen one, because it's his story. From, you can bring balance to the Force, and he brought balance back in the episode 6.
Yeah.
But then he didn't, because it didn't end,
No.
because Darth Sidious came back. So you've taken away his story.
Yeah, yeah. No, I remember going to the cinemas and watching the 7th one, and then I just didn't watch it again. I didn't watch.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the rest
Well,
of
you
them.
didn't miss much. In the last two.
No. It's like I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, so when they've made 3 movies and then they left it at that. Of course, they've had The Hobbit and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but I was quite happy, because if they had gone ahead and tried to do more after it, like I
They've
think
got the TV show, haven't they?
they've got the TV show. Yeah, I've watched that. I'm not a fan of that really either. But like, the matter of the fact is they've done the movies. Leave it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need anything more, I don't think. So
Well, like Marvel, who just keeps going.
yeah, like I think if there is like a trilogy that does really, really well, or a certain amount of movies, it gets to a point where you just think the story's fine. You don't need to add anything more. Like, just leave it at that. And I get why, movie companies want to bring more like movies like Star Wars back and stuff like that, because
Money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they get the money and they've already got a gigantic fan base. But then if you ruin it, then you sort of tarnish its legacy in a way.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like now, in the world we live in, there's no creativity.
No.
Everything has to be like, oh, let's just reboot that. Let's remake that. There's no this is a
Yeah.
new idea. It's like even like the childhood TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
My partner's got a little boy, and he always watches the new shows. I'm thinking, well, this is just a remake of
Yeah.
what it once was, but this one's like complete CGI compared to when it was like they used props, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
There's no new
No.
something to go off. Like even with the films, like I like Harry Potter, and
Yeah.
they're rebooting that, and I don't feel like they need to. Or not rebooting it, but they're making a
Maybe
story out of it.
They don't need
But
to
I don't
do
think
that.
they need to do that.
No.
I think they sort of just need to leave it
Yeah.
because it is what it is. It's like we've got what we've got.
Yeah.
Sometimes less is more. You don't have to add more to it. You've got your story, and there's no point like adding more to something that if it does bad, then that's going to be the critics of like Harry Potter is now like this. When it's like some people obviously don't like Harry Potter, some people do, but
Yeah.
the story is what it is now. It's been left for like 10 years since the movies are out and the books and stuff. So
Yeah. it does need to be brought back.
I don't mind that they're doing Harry Potter again, because I'm pretty sure it's a TV show. So that I don't mind so much, because it's going to be a very different way of doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas, although I've heard rumors that the latest trilogy of Star Wars, they have had conversations about making that a different timeline,
right.
and then just doing another one.
Oh my gosh.
Right, so how's that gonna go?
Well, yeah.
How many movies? It's like, how many Toy Stories are there? There's like 5 of those, isn't there?
Yeah,
Like,
but they just
the
make
shows
so
the
much
kids
money.
watch, and as you said, like some movies they
Love
just
Toy Story.
yeah.
Love Toy
yeah,
Story.
I do love Toy Story, but like there's just so many movies of stuff like that. Yeah, sometimes I think they need to
Is it
leave something.
Is it not
and let it
arguably
be.
because the issue is most ideas what someone could think of have kind of been done already?
In a way,
Arguably. It must be so difficult from a director or producer standpoint
Yeah.
to come up with an original idea, and then you kind of going through it and they go, oh, no, that's actually been done before. Oh, no, that's actually been done before. Because there's, how many movies are there in the world?
Yeah.
Like, it must be so tricky, but I don't know.
I mean, it's all money, though, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, I think.
As long
You
as
know.
the studios are happy.
Yeah,
I think that's
the
all that
that
matters.
is the
Exactly that.
But let's go back to your content. You are trying to recreate every single Ronaldo goal.
Yes, I am.
How are you finding that?
Well, I've had to pause on that. Everyone thought I was going to be posting out last week on the Monday, and I ended up having a thigh injury.
Oh,
And I pulled my thigh a little bit, but it's nothing major, but it's something that if I keep kicking the ball,
Yeah.
it's going to eventually probably tear. And it's on my bad leg. So it's
Oh,
right here.
Leg's really not great.
And we've obviously got the charity games coming up, so
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm 100%. I have done 10 goals so far
Yes.
and edited them all, had the commentary put over the top, but I don't want to post them until I've got more content behind it.
Okay.
Because if I post them and then everyone's like, oh, we're getting one every other day, and then suddenly you don't hear from me for like a month,
Yeah.
within that like category, everyone's like, oh, well, that didn't last
He's stopped
long.
then. He's not done it.
Yeah, but if I'm like healthy, I can go do it and carry on with it.
Yeah.
Then I can like sort of add up and then post out so many
Okay.
videos. So I am doing them. They are in the works. There is a lot of goals that obviously I need to recreate. It's
Yeah.
going to be a challenge, but I will.
So I'll give you
I do
a
believe in myself that I can do it.
So you want to do every single one?
Every single one.
That's what I was about to ask. Every single goal. How many goals has that man scored, by the way?
938.
Oh
he's
my
nice to
gosh.
guy, let's be honest.
Yeah.
But thankfully, I have got a lot of goals that I have already recreated of him. And
Okay.
a lot of his top goals that he's done, I've put into my older videos.
Oh.
So I can do a bit of magic.
Yeah.
And probably try and add the odd one in because there'll be a few ones that I probably can't recreate because of maybe my injuries. Because a lot of the videos that I did were before the ankle,
Yeah.
before this. So there'll be a lot of ones that I might not be able to achieve. But at the same time, I'll probably give it a go as well.
Has there been like a goal that you've recreated so far that's been the most difficult?
The 40-yard one versus Porto that I did.
yeah.
Now, I didn't have a goalkeeper in it. My brother was there all day being in goal for me, and he got that fed up that I wasn't getting it in, that he walked off the camera, and then I did it on camera, but whilst he wasn't in goal.
Oh no.
So it was a nightmare, but I would not get a more accurate shot than
Okay.
that because I hit it from probably 30, 40 yards out, and it goes into the left top corner in a knuckleball style,
Oh,
and it was just...
was the celebrations afterwards pretty ecstatic?
Well, I ran off. I started giving him a few words of my mind because I thought, you should have been in goal. You should have been there. I got it perfect. But then when I like put it in, people were like, there's no one's really going, oh, there's no keeper there.
Yeah.
Because,
No
if you
one's
had
stopping it.
a keeper there, you probably wouldn't be able to get there
Yeah.
from the video, how it looks. But I said that one. And then I think the long range one, the bicycle kick was actually easier.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot easier than what people think because you are doing the same sort of movement and people can either cross it in or throw the ball up for you. And you're hitting it and just trying to hit it in one area within like the box and the goal. Whereas ones that the ball's on the move and you're 30 yards out and you've got to hit it and drive it across either the left or the right, they're more harder because the ball's moving, whereas you're in your own sort of power. If you're throwing the ball up for yourself and doing the other kick or someone's crossing in or throwing it towards you, it's just that one sort of area. Whereas if you're really far out, depending on what the pitch condition is, it could be a little bobble and then next to it's in the next tree. So I feel like the longer range ones are harder. And I mean, I haven't really done the left foot ones yet, and so that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
But I would say, I would. There's a few that I have done that I'm quite proud of, but everyone sees the end product. They don't see how many attempts.
How long
Yeah.
it takes you to actually do it. Yeah.
That's so true. How do you, because you do post a lot,
Yeah.
how do you have the inspiration to do so much content?
I think it's like the character that everyone sees sort of on screen. Like I sort of like try and bring a bit of a vibe to it sometimes, be a bit of a comedian. I feel like I'm that off screen, so I'm always like I try and be as bubbly as I can, and I feel like that gives me that passion to do things.
Mm-hmm.
I always want to I see comments, I see people go, "This video's made my day."
Nice.
This video helped me, even though it may just be like a recreational goal. People find some sense of enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
And I've had so many people reach out to me and go, you posted a video about, maybe your operation and how you got through it and how you kept strong even in the darkest times, and that drove me on. and then the next video might be a Ronaldo recreation. They're thinking, well, if he can have all those operations, then go do that. Then what's stopping me from doing that? So I feel like people messaging me. And, you know, even if I don't sometimes I don't open them. I'll just because you get requests and I don't want to bother people sometimes because I feel like I'm just me. I don't. Some people see me as this KS7 guy with these followers, but I just think no, I'm just Keelan, just making some Ronaldo videos. Yeah. You know, all my family and friends just know he's just Keelan. But some other people, there's some kids that will come up to me in York and be like, "Can I have a photo? Can you sign my shirt?" Because to them, I'm they've seen this whole recreational goal and it's amazing to them. But then to my mum and everyone, they're just yeah, it's all right.
And they know how many times it took to
make it. So, but I feel like that's what drives me on. It gives people that sort of I'm a massive advocate for mental health.
Cool.
And it's been massively important for my life. I've gone through quite a lot with it, family and friends and myself. So seeing people sort of talk about it and then be this did this for me or that did that for me. It really gives me that drive going I'm doing something positive for people. Yeah. It's more than just trying to be Ronaldo on a camera or trying to bring back I bring back a memory, of the FIFA nostalgia. So people might be oh, I remember that. That's when times were easy, or that's when there was no worries in life, and it gives that people or young and old people that sort of feeling of there is good times.
Yeah.
There might be tough times, but there's also good times. So I think that's what drives me on, really, the people that, if people sort of give up on it, then fair enough, I'll still keep doing it. But I feel like the content behind it, people my followers are really the ones who make me want to go, let's do this today.
Amazing. And if you had any piece of advice for someone that wanted to do what you do, what would be the most unusual piece of advice that you'd give? Something that, because you can have the typical, you should just post every day or do all that sort of stuff. Have you got any other advice than that?
Hypocritical, but be yourself, because I know I'm trying to be Ronaldo, but don't worry about what other people think. I think there's so many things now, I still do it now. I look at other people's content, I think they may achieve more than me, they may get this, they may get that, but I'm thinking everyone's on their own path. And I think no matter what you're doing or what you find a passion in, if you don't think that's working, then find something that is. Find something that you enjoy. For me, I dress up as Ronaldo and I would wear the full kit and the people rip me apart in the comments. Yeah. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Yeah. I find enjoyment out of recreating that moment. And if you find something that you enjoy, stick at it. There's going to be times, there's times even now for me where I will make a video and it won't get any views or won't do very well. And I beat myself up about it. But then you've got to go again, because, you're on your own in a way. I go sometimes just to a random field with a Ronaldo kit and just on my own with a camera. And sometimes I have my mate with me. Shout out Josh, by the way. Great guy. Scadex on Instagram. He'll want that. He'll really want that. But I feel no, just, you're your own person. Yeah. So just do what you find passion in. Whatever hobby it is, and just stick at it. Don't think about what anyone else thinks, because there's so many critics now and people, saying stuff, but they're just people sat behind
the screen. They've got no, what's the word? There's no one making them accountable for what they're doing.
No, and they're always profile pictures that just don't have their face on or at all. But
I think there's there's toxic in both fan base, isn't there? But there's toxic in everything. There's always something somewhere. I can say I've been toxic before. I have done. I've seen people who might have more Ronaldo shirts than me, the little that there is, and I'll be oh, they've got that one. No, and I'll be frustrated at it. But I'm thinking no, because that's them. I am me. Sort of thing. And no, I would think people sort of just got to stick at your own thing. You're on your own journey. We come into this life on your own, and you go out of it on your own. So just do what you want to do. Don't think about what anyone else thinks.
Amazing, man. Yeah. That's a fantastic way to finish this podcast. That's very moving.
Yes.
Really appreciate that. Those comments. But where can everyone find you on socials?
KS Football 7 on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and KS Footy 7 IE on Snapchat, because someone's taken the KS Football 7 username. Which is weird, because so unless it's me from 2 years ago that I just forgot to delete.
Just forgot to the password. Need a little reset.
Amazing. Well, check out everything that Keelan does, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Subscribe if you are new around here, and we'll see you in the next one.